Hey there! Have you ever found yourself scratching your head wondering when to say I lost versus I have lost? Trust me, you are not alone. Today, we're going to clear all that up and get you comfortable with the present perfect. It might sound a little tricky, but honestly, it all comes down to one simple idea: connecting something that happened in the past to what's happening right now. So let's dive in.
So, what is the real difference here? I mean, both sentences are about losing keys, right? But believe it or not, they tell a completely different story. Figuring this out is the real secret to using the present perfect, and I promise it's way easier than you think.
Okay, so let's get straight to the main rule. For now, forget about trying to memorize a bunch of weird exceptions. There's just one single idea that, once you really get it, makes this whole tense just click. This is the absolute core of it. And here it is. The present perfect is all about linking an action from the past to the present moment. We're not just talking about something that happened. We care about its result or its effect right now. That past thing created the situation we're in. That's the whole secret, right there.
And you know, building a sentence with this is actually pretty simple. You just need three little parts. The subject, so I, you, she, then the right form of have or has, and then the past participle. That's just the third form of the verb, like seen, done, or gone. Easy.
All right, now for the main event, the showdown. Honestly, the best way to really understand the present perfect is to put it side by side with the past simple. This is where you'll have that aha moment. Okay, just look at this. It shows the difference so clearly. When you say, I have lost my keys, you're totally focused on the result now. You're probably standing outside your door because you can't get in. But if you say, I lost my keys yesterday, well, that's just a story about something that's over and done with. The problem is finished. The connection to right now is gone.
And this timeline shows the idea perfectly. See how the past simple is just a single dot in the past? It's a finished, isolated event. But look at the present perfect. It's like a bridge. It's an action that started back then, but it connects all the way to now. You can think of time words as little clues. If the time period you're talking about isn't finished yet, like today or this week, you're going to use the present perfect. I have worked hard this week means the week isn't over. But if the time is finished, like yesterday or last week, you have to use the past simple, because that action is locked away in the past.
Okay, here's a golden rule that's going to save you from a super common mistake. If your question starts with when, you are asking about a specific point in the past, and that means you always use the past simple. So, when did you arrive? Never ever, when have you arrived? It's a great little shortcut.
All right, let's boost your confidence by looking at a few common trip-ups. Now, the goal here isn't to scare you at all, but to show you just how easy they are to spot and to fix.
So these are pretty much the big four. Forgetting to use the third form of the verb, mixing up have and has, accidentally dropping have or has when you ask a question, and that classic confusion between since and for. Let's take a look at one in action. Oof. Okay, this sentence right here has two classic mistakes all rolled into one. It's a perfect example of what can go a little bit wrong. Take a quick look. Can you spot both of the errors? And there's the fix. So first, the subject she always needs has, not have. And second, the past participle of go is gone. Good just isn't a word in English. See, there's simple corrections once you know what you're looking for. Okay, let's clear up since and for once and for all, because it's actually really simple. For is used for a period of time, like for 2 weeks or for 10 minutes. Since is used for the starting point of that time, like since Monday or since 2020. So you could say, I have lived here for 2 years, or I have lived here since 2022. Phew, we've covered a lot. So let's just boil it all down to the single most important takeaway. If you only remember one thing from all of this, please make it this next part. This is it. This is the whole thing in a nutshell. If an action is totally finished, like a story in a closed book, you use the past simple. If that action has a connection, a result that affects you right now, you use the present perfect. Finished versus connected. That's really all you need to remember. So, you've got the theory down, but now it's time to actually make it stick. And the absolute best way to do that is to use it immediately. So now, it's your turn. Just think about your day so far. The day isn't over yet, right? So today is an unfinished time period, which makes it the perfect chance to use this tense. Maybe it's I've had a coffee or I've watched this explainer. Whatever it is, try to form that sentence right now. This is how you turn a rule in your head into a real tool that you can actually use. Go for it.